Well, folks, welcome on into tonight's matchup between your Amarillo Wranglers and the Shreveport Mudbugs, live from the Budweiser bullpen, Amarillo Civic Center in Amarillo, Texas. The Wranglers, 2-1 shootout victory last night over the Mudbugs, 3-0 now all season long against Michael Hill, the head coach of the Wranglers, former side that he was an assistant coach for, and clearly Michael Hill and his team looking to be 4-0 this season against the Mudbugs here tonight. Obviously, Coach Hill would love a little bit of maybe more of a barn burner, maybe a couple more goals, and not leaving it until 6:20 left in the third period of the game in order to tie it on up. Well, I mean, really, the story last night was the penalty kill and the netminder for the Wranglers. The penalty kill, 100% success rate, killing off 6 power plays for the Shreveport Mudbugs. And then netminder Charles-Antoine Girard, the French-Canadian, clearly had some extra protein in his poutine yesterday because he was a brick wall in net as he was able to stop all 3 shots in the shootout against the Mudbugs. And then not only that, but just the course of the game, giving the Wranglers a platform to be able to tie it up with 6:20 left in the third period at that as well. So will we see a little bit more of an offensive flair outside the Wranglers game here tonight? Or is it going to be more of the same, a close game all the way through, a one-goal game? Will we see another shootout? Will we get into overtime again? All those questions and more answered here tonight as the Wranglers host the Shreveport Mudbugs on home ice at the Budweiser bullpen. Well, it is home sweet home again next week for the Wranglers as they will play at home next week on the 12th and the 13th. If you haven't already, get your tickets. Those are 2 phenomenal nights here at the Budweiser bullpen at Amarillo Civic Center. On the 12th, alternate identity night. The alternate identity name, logo, sweaters, everything will be done for the first time on Friday next week. And then it is the greatest night in all of hockey, the teddy bear toss. Bring any stuffed animal. Does not need to be a teddy bear. It could be a Tibetan snow crab for all I care at the end of the day. When the Wranglers score their first goal that night, you can toss it out onto the ice, and all of those stuffed, cute, adorable plush animals will get donated to local charities in the Amarillo area. It is a great cause. It is a great time. It's hockey. It's in the Panhandle. Come on out. Get your tickets now at panhandletickets.com for next week's 2-game home series. Well, let's get into what we need to get done here tonight. And now it is time for your Amarillo Wranglers starting lineups. Well, if you were guessing who would be featuring in that tonight, you would be remiss not to believe that the number 1, the brick wall from French Canada, Charles-Antoine Girard, the Quebec native, would not return between the pipes in net tonight. It will be number 1, Charles-Antoine Girard. Defensive pairings, the number 14, Hayden Edquist from Minnesota, paired up with the Grand Rapids, Michigan native, number 4, Ethan Ogle. Well, it is going to be a forward line on the left wing of number 89 from Orlando, Florida, Alexander Raskin. In center, the captain himself, number 21, all the way from New York, Jacob Miller. And on the right wing, all the way from Virginia, number 10, Jake Bollinger, with yesterday's game-tying goal, will be starting on the right side here tonight. Remaining forward lines, the left to right of the forwards. On the left, it is number 8, Danlo Dillon. In center, the shootout hero. It is number 11, hailing from Sweden. Sweet as you like from the Swede, Alphonse Jettler. On the right, all the way from Massachusetts, it's number 15, Tyler Suglis. On the left, number 77, the speed demon himself, Daniel Rusega. In center, hailing from Long Beach, California, where it is probably beautiful and sunny there, number 25, Ty Zadi. On the right, number 93, all the way from Rosemont, Minnesota, Caden Haggerty. On the final line of forwards, on the left, from Woodbury, Connecticut, number 7, Mason Lupo in center. From the Steel City of Pittsburgh, it is number 17, Carter Williams. On the right, from Knoxville, Tennessee, number 39, Jake Fortin. And an extra forward being dressed tonight, all the way from Latvia, number 18, Dominic Stalmakievs. Remaining defensive pairings, hailing from Brighton, Michigan, number 27, Cruz Smith, and a fellow Michigan native from White Lake, Michigan, number 6, Landon Poe, and number 2, Oleski Koval, paired up with number 5, Tiernan O'Rourke. Your Amarillo Wranglers are coached by head coach Michael Hill and assistant coach Lucas Stern. And more donations being made from the military jersey auction following Military Appreciation Night, as $1,000 donated to Bridging the Gap, helping support local vets battle through homelessness and also help them find employment in the community. Well, let's get ready to get underway here from the Budweiser bullpen. On the starting lines for the Shreveport Mudbugs is going to be on the left, number 12, Duke Earhart. Jonah Jasser in center. On the right wing, Joseph Samango. Defensive pairing of Mitchell Reed, Evan Adams. And in between the pipes tonight is Ethan Phillips. Well, Tyler Hodges had a phenomenal game in net for the Mudbugs last night. But obviously, head coach Jason Campbell wanted to make a little bit of a change, give his netminder some rest. Well, Mudbugs still did pick up a point last night at that, so they can't be too disappointed, but obviously not a great feeling when your netminder has been standing on his head for such a long time, and then you finally give up a game-tying goal with 6:20 left in the third period, all just to lose in a shootout, which is the toughest way to lose a game as a goalie. Well, here we go. Jacob Miller, Jasser, center ice. This game about ready to get underway, and Miller donning a little bit of a clear visor here as he took a little bit of a shiner to his nose, and the captain not wanting to take any chances and re-injure his nose. Phillips out of his net, Sending it up ice on his paddle. Ogle tossing it into the zone. Delayed offsides, and Miller will get a piece of the puck as we'll get a face-off in the neutral zone here now. It'll be Miller and Jasser again on another face-off here. The two captains on the face-off. Puck has been dropped by the linesman. Miller winning it, sending it into the zone. Raskin to the loose puck on the wings, sending it behind the net of Phillips. Bollinger looking for a tough angle shot. Loose puck hanging there. Miller looking to send it back on over for Raskin, out of reach as Simango has it on his twig. Finds Reed. Reed resetting it on over. A puck now scooped up by Earhart. Earhart has it poked away. Ogle going for a change. Wranglers with a look here, and it's just behind Haggerty. Well, now Earhart into the zone, has options. Goes to Hoagland, had a goal last night for the Mudbugs. Scooped up, Haggerty with it. Haggerty into the zone, looking for a shot, and the save there from Phillips. Couple bodies hit the deck. Mudbugs, they've got a numbers advantage as two for the Wranglers need to get back. Well, Gerard going to get a piece of it on his paddle as Landon Poe finds Resega. Resega trying to feed it on over for Haggerty. Loose puck scooped up behind the net by Smith. Smith to Resega. Looking for Azadi. Azadi tied up on the wings. Resega scoops it up. Wranglers into the zone cleanly. Fed on over. O'Rourke and a shot on to Phillips and scooped up routinely by Phillips. Well, we'll have to see if Daniel Rusega's dad is tuning on into the YouTube audio feed here, as we're a little bit jealous yesterday as Mr. Rusega is getting to hang out in the Philippines. Some nice 85-degree weather. Well, it was actually a pretty decent day weather-wise in the Texas Panhandle here today. We've had some cold days this December, but finally a little bit of a break in the temperatures. Jetler to the loose puck, has it stolen away. A battle for this one in the corner inside the Wranglers zone. Mudbugs back with it. Tossed down low behind the net. DeLeo sending it on back to Case. DeLeo looking for a pass. Couple sticks in from the Wranglers as Dolan forcing the Mudbugs to retreat into their own zone. Burt with it. Looking for a cross-ice feed onto the wings. Mudbugs into the zone. Slowed down by Grinder. Takes a hit there from Fortin. Big hit and a shot stuffed in traffic. Great block there by O'Rourke. Now Gentler with it. Surveys his options. He's going to weave his way through. Some slick moves from the Swede. Gets a shot off, but offsides go the Wranglers in the process. So we're going to face off here now right outside of the Mudbug zone. A neutral zone draw coming on up. The line out there now for the Wranglers. It'll be number 17, Carter Williams, on the draw. Recently acquired about 2 weeks ago from the St. Cloud Norsemen. Well, he'll have security across from him. Ogle feeding into the corner. Scooped on up by Reed. Fed up onto the wings. Tolby met by Ogle. Puck hanging around between Selby and Ogle as Ogle first to it. Finds Lupo. Lupo back to Hedquist. The defensive change. Poe from the bench scoops up the puck. Mudbugs cutting out this pass intended for the forward line from Poe. Is now Mudbugs looking for some kind of offensive spark here. Fed on over to Reed. Reed pushing it down low. Selby. And a call for it in the slot and a shot. A blocker save now there from Gerard. Poe on the wings. Banking it off the boards. Wranglers looking to go for a change. Well, Adams with it. He's going to slow down the tempo. Jasser out onto the ice now for the Mudbugs. And Koval out there defensively now. Both sides getting a small change. One apiece. Mudbugs looking to kickstart something from their own zone. Fed behind the net to Gerard. Gerard out of his net. Looking to send this one up and out. Scooped up by Easton. Easton sending it into the corner of the Wranglers zone. Koval to loose puck. Miller looking to send it up and out. Bollinger gloving it down, chipping it into the corner. Raskin looking to pressure Wranglers, going for a change. Haggerty out there now. Haggerty scooping up the puck, has options, goes to Hedquist. Hedquist over to Ogle from the blue line, banks it off the boards. Mudbugs back with it, but Raskin pressuring behind net. Jasser with a quick feed. Mudbugs out of the zone, sending it on to Gerard, and Gerard going to hang on to it now as Earhart was a little bit too close for comfort. We will get a face-off here now inside of the Wranglers zone. 15:48 remaining in the first period. Will be Azadi and Hoagland on the face-off here inside of the Wranglers zone. Only one shot apiece for both teams here. Case looking for a shot, held onto by Gerard. Lost it for a second, but able to reel it in and hang on as we'll get a face-off in the Wranglers zone yet again here. Hoagland and Azadi on the face-off. Hoagland winning this one. Case offering some support near the blue line. On a big hit there on to Gearhart. Haggerty with it now. Wranglers finding a pass on over. A little bit of give and go between Resega and Haggerty. Azadi feeding it down low behind the net. Resega looking to reset it. And Haggerty looking for a shot. Scores! Ty Azadi! Wham, bam, fake human! Wranglers go up 1-0. Canyon Haggerty and Daniel Resega with the assist. And it is a dream start here for head coach Michael Hill and Lucas Stern as they watch their side bury one early. Well, Wranglers clearly feeling some momentum in their sails after a shootout win last night at home. A 4-point weekend would do the Wranglers a world of good after going on a 5-game losing streak, and they are starting the building blocks of a potential sweep with a goal in the first couple minutes of the first period here. Oh, we're just waiting for the door to be closed after removing the foam stars that are tossed onto the ice. Well, we're back underway here. Jetler winning this face-off. O'Rourke with it on the wings. Feeds it into the zone. Phillips tossing it behind his net with his paddle. Griner to it. Griner feeding it off. Dulio looking for a shot. Forced into the corner with that attempt, and Gerard keeping this one behind his net. Falls out of reach for Reed. Dolan with speed. Dolan looks for a shot, kept up by Phillips. Almost shot. Oh, top bar. Where is it? Oh, it is still behind the net. Loose puck. Wranglers looking on fire. Somebody might have to call the fire department because the Wranglers are scorching all over the ice right now. And now Fortin with a big hit. Tackles his man to the ice as well. Reed. Fans on it. Wranglers on the forecheck, stuffing the Mudbugs as Ogle rips it into the zone. Ricochets off of the body of Reed. Puck up and out of the zone. Ogle to it. Ogle with a quick feed over. Williams tossing into the corner. Wranglers getting a small defensive change. Poe out on the ice now. Lupa with a hard hit onto Adams. Puck behind the net of Phillips. Mudbugs looking to slow this one down. Wranglers content with that as they will get a change. Bollinger out there with Damikievs. Wrapped around behind the net of Gerard. Gerard getting a piece of it with his paddle. Smith looking for options. Feeds it to Bollinger, cross ice. Bollinger weaving his way into the zone. Bollinger looking for a shot. And Easton getting a piece of this puck for the Mudbugs. Denying any clean look for the Wranglers up into the bench of the Mudbugs. As we'll get a face-off in the neutral zone here in just a second. Well, 13:44 left in the first period here as we'll pull up some scores around the league and see what we've got going on elsewhere in the North American Hockey League tonight. Well, it's Ty Zotti and Jasser on the draw here. Zotti winning this one. Ogle ripping it behind the net of Phillips. Rusega cutting it out. Zotti back with it. Finds Rusega. Rusega to the blue line. Edquist shot! Kept out. Paddle save there. Tough angle shot. Bouncing puck. Just hanging down in the slot, now scooped up by the Mudbugs. As Busseri sends it around the boards. Busseri to his own puck, upended. And now Easton looking for a shot. A great block there. Haggerty cuts it out. A 2-on-0. Has Rusega shot and a save from Phillips. Well, the Wranglers with a smart move to make the extra pass over to Rusega. And Rusega getting a little bit of a bear hug now. As the Mudbugs taking exception to how close they got to their netminder. Well, taking a look at scores around the league, the Danbury Hat-Tricks with a thumping 8-0 over the New Hampshire Mountain Kings. Rochester Junior Americans with a 3-0 win over the New Jersey Titans. Maine Nordiques and Johnstown Tomahawks tied up at 1 apiece after 2. In other South Division action, the Corpus Christi Ice Rays up 1-0 over the Odessa Jackalopes. Other South Division action going on right now. El Paso Rhinos and Oklahoma Warriors locked in at zeros across the board with 3:50 left in the first period. And the other game going on right now is the Lone Star Brahmas and the New Mexico Ice Wolves in the South Division. That one is 0-0. No idea how much time is left in the period. Can't find that, but Brahmas with 4 shots, no shots yet for the Ice Wolves. Burnt looking for a pass up onto the wings. Roberts feeding it into the corner of the Wranglers zone. Poe trying to cut it out. Tough angle shot kept out. Net is off a little bit. Well, it is still on enough. Miller has it cut out by Case. Case with a pass on over and offsides. Go the Mudbugs. While Landon Poe taking exception to Roberts giving him a little bit of a shoulder check on to one of his teammates. Other games going on right now. Austin Bruins up 1-0 over the Bismarck Bobcats. 7:25 left in the first period. 2 Titans of the Central Division clashing here right now. We'll keep our eyes on that one for sure. And a classic matchup in the Midwest Division. Wisconsin winning up 2-0 with 5:23 left in the first period over the Janesville Jets. Jetler winning the faceoff in the neutral zone. O'Rourke with it. Koval looking for Sukulis on the wing. Sukulis wrapped up. Jetler trying to win it back from Gerhardt. Burnt with it. On the wings, wraps it around the boards, out of reach for Gerard. Dolan to the loose puck. And ricocheting off the skate of the linesman there. Wranglers catching a little bit of a break. That one probably would have gotten called for an icing otherwise. Koval looking for a deep feed on the wings, has Dolan. Dolan looks for a shot. Scooped up now by Phillips. Well, and Sukulis is wrapping his man up around his bucket. His bucket is off. Tremblay has had his bucket fall all the way into the faceoff circle, and some laughs being exchanged here by Carter Williams and Vincent Giulio. Well, Tyler Sukulis is going to go to the box. The bucket was removed. We'll have to see if it's just one. Looks like they're calling for Tremblay to go to the box as well. Well, maybe, maybe not. Not really sure. They have the door to the box open, maybe just to get a confirmation of it. Well, we'll have to see if Tremblay does go to the box. Right now, it does not appear he will. Well, we'll have to see how many minutes are assessed to Tyler Sugalis. It will just be the Wranglers in the box here. Well, slashing is what Tyler Sugalis will get called for. Well, Tyler Sugalis may be lucky to get away with a bucket removal as well. Wranglers on the penalty kill were perfect last night, 100% on the PK. They're going to want to carry that over into tonight. It'll be Fortin and Jasser on the faceoff inside the Wranglers zone. Fortin winning this one. As this one is going to leave the zone. Gerhardt having to reset the Mudbugs. 11:52 remaining in the first period. Wranglers up 1-0 courtesy of a Ty Zadi goal. Poe to loose puck. Rips it down ice. Wranglers burning time early here on the PK as there is just 1:36 remaining of a penalty to kill off. Mudbugs feeding it into the corner. Poe to the loose puck. Poe sending it down ice yet again. Phillips with it on his paddle. Wants to go quickly. Wranglers were going for a defensive change. Domikev scoops it up. And a shot kept out by Gerard. Loose puck hanging around. Another shot falls through the crease as Gerard recovers in his crease. Gives a little bit of a shove to Samago. Gerhardt in the corner. Finds a lane to work with. Burnt calling for a one-timer. Jasser at the blue line scoops up the pass. A little bit of give and go. Fumbled and now ripped all the way down ice by Domikevs. The Wranglers PK starting red hot here tonight. They got to keep it going. They've still got 44 seconds left to kill off of this penalty. Burnt dishing it on back. Scooped up. Hogland on the wings into the zone. Has a man down low near the net. Burnt having to reset from the blue line. A shot blocked. Mason Lupa with a big block. He is going to the bench as that stings. And you can see a little bit of a grimace in his face there. Rusega up ice. Just has Phillips to beat. Rusega shot. Oh, and he is kept out by Phillips. A good look there, shorthanded by Daniel Rusega. Well, 9 seconds is all that remains of a penalty kill off for the Wranglers here now. And the Wranglers keeping their red-hot PK from last night going. And obviously, that was one of the main talking points we mentioned earlier in the pregame, was if you have a stout PK during any night, that is going to pay dividends for you if you are trailing at any point in a game. Griner collecting the pass. Cut out by Azadi. Banked off the glass. Wranglers killing this one off. And a great start to life on special teams here for the Wranglers. Azadi down low finds Haggerty. Haggerty. No room to work with. Puck behind the net. Rusega looking to get to this one. Griner finding Pusteri. And a puck chipped high up into the air. O'Rourke gloving it down and an awkward pass to deal with, but the Mudbugs leave it behind as well. Tolby. And a shot and an awkward save having to be made there by Gerard. O'Rourke finding Rusega on the wings in the neutral zone. Tries to feed it in the zone as it's cut out. And icing not going to get called. Gerard thought it would. As now Bollinger looking to kickstart the Wranglers here. Bollinger into the zone. Bollinger with speed behind net. Does not have enough room for a wraparound, but a great zone entry there from Bollinger. And now Rusega with options. Chips it behind the net of Phillips. Miller trying to send it out over. Samango with it. Mudbugs looking for a way out. 8:52 now remains in the first period as the Wranglers lead at 1-0. Puck sent behind the net of Gerard. Gerard with it on his paddle. Feeds it to Hedquist. Wranglers Looking for a pass up into the neutral zone as it's cut out. Gerhardt into the zone. Finds Jasser. A man down low in the slot. And this one steered aside as it's now Miller with it. He coughs it up as Samango. And the Mudbugs looking to reset. Burnt. Miller getting a piece of this one in the neutral zone. Behind the net of Gerard, this one goes as he'll reset it over to Ogle. Ogle has it dispossessed. And now Ogle pinning his man up on the boards. Miller trying to help out. Scrum in the corner. Miller trying to reach into the scrum like a kid reaching in for a cookie in the cookie jar. Trying to poke this one out. Miller frees it up. Has options. Taken down, but Fortin trying to get it going forward. Mudbugs toss it back down low. Ogle chipping it up onto the wings. Fortin stuffed at the blue line. Gerhardt looking to reset the Mudbugs here now. Burnt. Chipping it into the corner of the Wranglers zone. Ogle looking to get to it first. Case scoops it up, and a shot on Gerard held onto with ease from the netminder of the Wranglers. We've got a media timeout here. We'll step away for just a second. When we come back, the remaining 7:37 of the first period, your Wranglers lead 1-0, courtesy of a Tizati goal assisted by Caden Hagerty and Daniel Rosega. Welcome on back from the media timeout here. As we got a face-off inside of the Wranglers zone. Zadi with Hoagland across from him. Hoagland winning this one, kicking it back to Pusteri. Pusteri, side face-off circle, blocked in traffic. It looks like he hit Hoagland. A little bit of friendly fire here. Hoagland's got to skate to the bench. That one will be felt in the morning. Fed around, Easton scoops it up, turned aside. Azadi with it, finds Rosega, just one in front of him. Rosega weaving his way through, running out of room, keeps it with himself, feeds it down low to Hagerty. Hagerty feeling pressure tied up onto the boards. Azadi winning it back, feeds it back to Smith. Blue line shot just wide. As the Wranglers looking to recover their shape defensively, they'll rip one into the zone, but they want to get a change here now as Sukulis is out onto the ice. Buseri looking for a cross-ice feed. Scooped on up. Gerhard. Back to Buseri. Rosega spinning him around. O'Rourke finding Azadi. Azadi into the zone. Looks for a shot. Save. Loose puck. It's hanging in the crease. Well, there was a couple sticks trying to bat it out of the air into the back of the net. And it's now Buseri launching it at the blue line. Hedquist to Gentler. Gentler trying to win this one back from Reed. Reed. Mudbugs calling for a change here now. This one dumped into the corner as they're looking to complete that change now. Pass cut out in the neutral zone. Ogle back with it. Ogle over to Smith. Looking for Dolan on the wings, cut out. Mudbugs looking for a shot. Oh, it's out. It looks like it went in for a second. Well, barred down and out. And Dolan in a little bit of a slip and slide match with the Mudbugs in the corner. Well, that looked almost akin to the goal the Mudbugs scored last night. They got numbers down low in the slot as they got a reset shot held on to by Gerard. Well, the shot attempt from Tremblay there for the Mudbugs as Charles Antoine Gerard keeping another one out. Well, head coach Jason Campbell having his assistant coach on the bench look at this one on the iPads. Obviously, he wants to have a look at it. Well, the officiating crew having a quick word with him. O'Brien might have to call the others over, but it was a quick look at that. So obviously, the Mudbugs bunch unable to find anything there. It'll be Miller on the draw with Surecki across from him. Surecki winning this one. Case having to reset the Mudbugs from the neutral zone. This one tossed into the corner now. O'Rourke battling Gearhart for it. Gearhart with it. As Case, as this one is just congested on the wings, and now a save from Gerard. So we get another face-off inside of the Wranglers zone here. Well, and Sameo having to be escorted back to the bench now. And he's got some words for the Wranglers bench on his way out to the bench. Be the 225s, Tillaby and Azadi on the face-off here. Azadi winning this one. Ogle banks it off the glass. Case fumbles it on his gloves, but has some support. Back behind him in Burnt. Haggerty sending it around the boards. Resega putting some pressure on Case. Burnt fitting it on over. Selby scooping it up on the wing. Selby into the zone. Met by Ogle. Case looking for a tough angle shot. As this one's going to fall out of the zone now. Burnt having to get this one under the skate of one of the linesmen here now. And now a shot! A big save from Gerard. Sends him down. Simmons unable to find a clean look. Case with it. Roberts with a quick feed. And banked off the boards, ricochets and falls onto the side. And a little bit behind the net of Gerard. Smith with it now. Smith has options. Feeds it into the zone. Wranglers lost it for a second. They had it in the zone. They're going to go for a change here. Gentler to it. Gentler looking to feed it down low. Gentler with a great stick in there. Mudbugs still into the zone though. Smith and the Wranglers the other way. Fortin over. The shot scooped up by Phillips here. So an offensive zone face-off will ensue in just a second with 3:44 left in the first period. 9 shots on net for the Wranglers, 6 for the Mudbugs. It'll be Williams on the draw. With Dulio across from him. Dulio winning this one. Banked out of the zone on the glass. O'Rourke to the loose puck in his own zone. Finds Williams. Williams feeding it down low onto the boards. And Fortin taking a little bit of a ride into the glass. And some fans calling for a fight. So the Wranglers do not want to engage in that, as they do not want to see a man go to the box. They have been electric here so far this game in 5-on-5. Well, it's a quick change here. It's a new line of forwards. Dolan, Tsoukalis, and Gentler out onto the ice now. Gentler with Surecki across from him. Toss on back, O'Rourke. Down low, another shot, capped out by Phillips. Well, and a great redirect attempt there from Alphonse Gentler. Well, Gentler's family back home in Sweden was, of course, on social media last night after they saw Alphonse scoring the game-winning shootout goal. I mean, how could you not celebrate seeing somebody in your family put the icing on the cake last night like that? Talked to head coach Michael Hill after the game as well. Loved the move from Gentler as well in the shootout. That is exactly what he said he's looking for out of his guys when it comes to a shootout. Well, we got a penalty here. Miller is going to the box. Well, and they are going to be taking Mitchell Reed as well. Well, we'll have to see if we're going to go 4-on-4, which is likely what we will have happen. And 4 out there now for the Wranglers, and slashing on both Reed and Miller. It'll be Ty Zadi on the faceoff. He'll have Evan Hogland across from him. Zadi winning this one. Poe to Smith. Looking for a shot, kept out on the pads there, Phillips. Smith back with it. Makes a man bite hard. Haggerty calls for it. Looks for a shot. Too much traffic in front of him. Now Wranglers trying to steer the Mudbugs away from their net. Haggerty with it. Sends it back for Poe. Poe looking to kickstart the Wranglers up ice. Poe into the zone. Weaving his way through. Has it poked away. Case on the wings as an option for the Mudbugs. Hogland into the zone. Looks for a shot. Blocked by Hedquist. And a puck won back by the Mudbugs. They've got it again. Gerard looking to recover. Shot sent wide. Gerhardt dispossessed. Gentler to lose puck. And this one stolen back. Gerhardt shot set wide. Gerard getting a piece of it as well. 56 seconds left of 4-on-4. O'Rourke with it. Pivots. Did not like what he saw as he's going to reset it back to Hedquist. Wranglers feeding it into the corner. Hedquist looking to get to it first. Tying his man up onto the boards. Gentler poking it away. Sent back to O'Rourke. Wranglers have to retreat into their own zone for the moment. As they want to get a change here, Smith out onto the ice. Rusega with it. Rusega into the zone, looking for Smith on the wings. Smith sending it down low into the corner. Rusega tied up and pinned on the boards. Jasser and the Mudbugs into the zone here now. Jasser weaving his way through, looking for a shot, sending it behind net. Jasser. A pass down low, and this one sent wide by Burt. Case to it. 5 seconds left to 4-on-4. Mudbugs looking for a shot, and a great job there defensively by Bollinger. Back to 5-on-5 we go with 1:16 left in the first period. Wranglers leading 1-0. Puck fed into the corner. And Lupo getting a piece of this one. The Mudbugs still with it. O'Rourke looking to apply pressure on the wings. Mudbugs having to reset back in their own zone. Case to Dulio. Dulio. Now Griner with it into the zone. And this pass a little bit high and out of reach. Loose puck in the corner. Griner tossing it back too far. Fortin in a foot race. Reed and Fortin running out of room. Raskin looking to get involved with Williams. Smith trying to get a piece of this one. It's a 2-on-1 posed by himself. A big save from Gerard, and they will score. Gerard making the initial save, but it will fall onto a waiting stick of number 3, Evan Adams. With 27.2 seconds left in the first period, that is the last thing you want happening when you're about to go into the locker room. Obviously, the conversation having to change a little bit now for head coach Michael Hill and assistant coach Lucas Stern. Wranglers still playing a good game, but just otherwise, that one little breakdown in shape along for a 2-on-1 is really the only thing you can pinpoint that needed to get fixed out of the Wranglers here in this period. "15 seconds left in the first period. Pusteri with it. Azadi looking at pressure. Azadi wins it back, looks for a shot just wide from Azadi. Oh, and another good look from Azadi. Resega with it. Wranglers have it stolen away. Time is going to expire here on the first period now. Well, Resega and Roberts are having a go. Well, Evan Adams with the goal for the Shreveport Mudbugs, his second of the season. Jared Grinder with an assist on that goal, his third of the season. And Mitchell Reed with the secondary assist, his second of the season. When we come back, we'll have the start of the second period. And apologies, as we did not have the scorebook going fully on the YouTube stream. Had a fast-paced, quick period there. That was not a whole lot of whistles. Well, when we come back, we'll have the start of the second period tied up one apiece between the Shreveport Mudbugs and the Amarillo Wranglers. Welcome on back, folks, to the start of the second period here. We are just 2 minutes away from heading into period number 2. Well, we're tied up here right now. For the moment, is either of these sides going to be able to find a way through in the second period and capitalize and build on their performance so far here? Well, it's safe to say that the Wranglers have been the superior side here so far. They were controlling the first period, and it was a 27-second goal for the Shreveport Mudbugs that now sees us tied up. It'll be Miller, Ogle, Hedquist, Raskin, and Bollinger heading back out to give some fist pumps on over to their netminder, Charles Ancho. Well, and that's just a curse moment right there. Gerard fumbling his paddle after he is getting some fist bumps there from his side. Well, here we go, back underway. Jasser, Miller, period 2, starting right now. Can the Wranglers take full control and build on their success in that first period they had? Or are the Mudbugs going to be able to play spoiler here tonight? Miller feeding it into the corner. Reed trying to keep it out of reach of Raskin. Raskin with a great hit there. Gerhard with it. Gerhard feeding it on back. And a stick in there for Miller, but Adams staying with it. Looking for a pass. Sent into the corner. Puck going to fall into the opposite corner. And a puck down low. Gerhard spun around, a little bit of a spin cycle there. As icing going to get called here now, Evan Adams ensuring that as well. Well, we're going to go back to the Wranglers zone for a face-off here. Well, and Mr. Resega did say that he was tuning in on NHL TV, so hello, Mr. Resega, and said it's 78 and cloudy today. I mean, I think that's still a better weather situation than what we're going to have in Amarillo on any given day. Easton shot bouncing through and sent wide. Bollinger banking it off the glass, and Miller with a little bit of a body hip check there on to Pusteri. Hedquist with it. Well, Pusteri and Miller currently mortal enemies, as Jacob Miller's nose situation that he had last night is courtesy of Remy Pusteri. So Jacob Miller going to have to stay calm, cool, and collected. I'm pretty sure that he wants to lay a hit at some point on Pusteri. Hoglund looking for a shot, a big block from Smith as he was covering the side Gerard was not at. Pusteri looking to reset up shop for the Mudbugs, out of reach of Hoglund. Icing waved away. Smith with some pressure behind him. Smith feeds it to Haggerty. Haggerty sending it out of the zone, out of reach for Resega, but a deflection on the skates of Azadi. Gerhard into the zone, forced into the corner. Tolaby arriving to support his teammate. Cruz Smith wanting to occupy Tolaby, making sure he is unable to get anywhere near this scrum. Azadi trying to reach in and just go fishing it and hook this one up. And out Tolaby behind net looking for a pass. Unable to find anything. Tolaby still with it in the corner. Feeds it back from the point, tossed down low behind the net of Gerard. Ogle to it. Ogle looking to send it up and out of the zone. Haggerty looking to swarm here in a dangerous situation, and a shot. Oh, huge block yet again from Smith. Well, and Cruz parents usually at every single one of his games, but unable to make it this week as they have to be watching from home. Very pleased with the blocks that their son has had here tonight. Well, Gerard not taking any chances whatsoever, so he's just going to hang on to this one as we'll get a face-off inside of the Wranglers zone here now. Well, it'll be Gentler and Hoglund on the face-off inside of the Wranglers zone here now. Gentler winning this one. O'Rourke to it. Feeds it back to Koval. Sukulis had it for a second, but out of reach. Adams resetting the Mudbugs. Sukulis looking to loft this one into the air. Griner behind his net. And fed all the way down ice. Icing waved away. Girard with it. Trying to set it over. Having to recover. Girard with a massive save. Well, that was a dangerous situation for the Wranglers to be in. And a pass intended for Tsoukalas out of reach. Tremblay feeds it into the zone. O'Rourke scooping up the puck. Was looking for Dillon out of reach as Pusteri's got it now. Mudbugs looking to go for a fast change. Tsoukalas looking to cheat up near the blue line. All of the forwards at the blue line. Williams with it. And it was a bouncing puck that was hard to deal with. As now it's a 3-on-2. Williams recovering defensively and steered behind net now by O'Rourke as he's looking to bank it off the boards up to Lupo. Lupo feeding it to Forden. He's going to send it behind the net of Phillips. Oh, and there was a wide open net and a shot blocked in traffic. Scores! His first as a Wrangler! Carter Williams! Williams with the Wrangler way of a goal. Well, we talked about how vital it is for the Wranglers to build on the momentum and not get stuck in their own head after giving up a goal within the dying 27 seconds of the first period, because they were the better side that entire first period. And what a way to respond. That is exactly what the Wranglers needed here right now. Well, it's sweater season, and last night, while wearing a sweater for the broadcast, Wranglers won, and right now they're up 2-1. It might have to just be every single broadcast I am wearing a sweater kind of broadcast, because I don't know what it is, just the power of the sweater has been some kind of dark arts magic that this team has needed. Suit season's over with, it's sweater season. Well, it is indeed sweater weather. Bollinger looking for a tough angle shot, almost. Now Bollinger having a battle too. Domikev's to loose puck. Miller scoops it up. Thought he had someone there, but it's Smith with a shot. Ricocheting almost into the net. That would have been a crazy ping pong goal. Smith keeps it in, down low, blocked in traffic as Domikev's having a go at it now. Simango fed into the zone. Poe looking to reach in there and bully Simango off this one. Does just that. Bollinger in the corner now. Wranglers looking to feed this one up and out of the zone. Bollinger sends it back to Smith. Smith. And now, Domikev's, he is into the corner all by his lonesome. Sending it back to Miller. Miller needing some help. Kept in at the blue line by Ogle. Feeds it to Hedquist. Keeps it in the zone. Shot this one just wide. Domikev's stuck in the corner. Fed on back but turned over. Now Gearhart looking to reset the Mudbugs. Girard out of his net. Finds Miller. Banks it up. Scooped up at the blue line. Wranglers were in the zone for a second. But now it's the Mudbugs back with it. Gerhard behind the net of Girard as Hedquist laying it on heavy. Now we got a scrum going on here. Miller will going down, sending the puck to the side netting, and Girard going to hang on to this one here. 14:44 remaining in the second period. Wranglers up 2-1, courtesy of Carter Williams' first goal as a Wrangler. And that is what they call in the business trade dividends. Carter Williams joining the Wranglers 2 weeks ago as he nets his first since joining the side of the Amarillo Wranglers. Jetler got a piece of it. And a shot, this one blocked, sent behind the net of Girard. Now scooped up by Gentler. Gentler looking for Dillon. And this one just kind of stuffed at the blue line for a second. Suklis looking for Dillon. Dillon taken down. Williams to it in the corner. Feeling pressure. Has Free near him. Still keeps it with the Wranglers. Koval trying to send this one down low behind the net of Phillips. Adams scoops up the loose puck. Resets it over to Reed. Reed getting a read of what is in front of him. He does not want to go just quite yet. Will go now. Well, and Tyler Suklis is bringing some pressure, but he's got to get back now. Adams and the Mudbugs into the zone. Adams with it. Looks for a shot sent wide. And it's not Tim and O'Rourke looking to send it into the opposite corner. And we got a loose twig and a little bit of a shove and a push at the same time. As icing is going to get called here now. Dillon unable to get a piece of this puck. Well, let's take a look at scores around the league. Carter Williams assisted by Landon Poe and Jake Fortin. Both Poe and Fortin with their first assists of the season. So how about some triple ones for you, Wranglers Nation? Everybody assisted that one. It was either their first goal or first assist. And that is super vital for confidence in guys to be able to get their name on the score sheet. Well, Wranglers in a bit of trouble here. It's just Koval back, and a big stick in from Ty Azadi, the forward, with some excellent defensive work right there. Well, Poe losing this one on the wings. Sent around the boards. No icing will get called here now. Koval looking to send this onto the wings to Rasega. Cut out by Gerhard. Gerhard. Side face-off circle, feeds it back, point shot, and this one blocked in traffic a plethora of times, and now Haggerty's to it. A 2-on-2, but now it's going to be a 2-on-3. Rasega with it, looks for a shot, and this one all the way. Whoa, my, that is impressive. It is all the way and hanging out on the beams that they will have to walk at times to do some technical maintenance on things like speaker systems and the floodlights. Well, that one really did indeed go to the moon and back, and we're going to have to keep Grew away from that puck along with his minions. We don't need them stealing the moon and that puck at the same time. Well, it'll be Williams on the faceoff, Dilio across from him. Oh, no one really winning this one, but now Lupo and the Wranglers with it. Fed into the corner. Williams with a nice little hit there. Mudbugs looking to send this one up ice and kickstart something, but they are going to get called for an icing here now with 12:44 left in the second period as the Wranglers lead 2-1. Well, taking a peek at other scores around the league, let's check in on the South Division. Lone Star Brahmas currently up 2-1 over the New Mexico Ice Wolves. 18:36 left in the second period. The Oklahoma Warriors up 2-0 over the El Paso Rhinos. 7:02 left in the second period. And then the Corpus Christi Ice Rays up 2-0 over the Odessa Jackalopes. 3:40 left in that one. Hedquist banking it off the boards. This one lost. It's on the side netting a little bit. Now it is found. It has been claimed from Lawson. Found, and a big save there from Phillips. But a great shot from Ethan Ogle. That one had some power behind it. Thirteen shots so far for the Wranglers, 12 for the Mudbugs. Another close game in terms of shots. Azadi winning the faceoff, but Wranglers having to reset up shop. Ogle had it on the wings, and now Ogle back with it. Rips it into the zone, and out of reach for Phillips, but Case scooping it up freely. Case to Samano. Samano feeds it into the zone, looking back for Samano. Turned over. Wranglers, they want to go quick. They've got wheels. It's Rasega, the speedster himself. Shot just high from Rasega. And now Azadi back with it. Well, I tell you, the line of Haggerty, Rasega, and Azadi has been paying dividends. Shot, oh, and fans on it, but a stick in as well. Probably the main culprit. We got a collision. Two players taking a hit to the face. Well, it looks like Case probably more shaken up on the face than anyone else there. Haggerty took a piece of that, but looks like Case is the recipient of the majority of the pain. Smith with it. Smith over to Poe. Suklis sending it into the zone. Phillips with it now. Leaves it on off. It's now the Mudbugs looking to get up ice quickly. Gearhart floating near the blue line. Tullaby into the zone. Tullaby looks for a shot. A great stick in there from Edquist on the shot attempt. Reed has it fall back to him after sending it into the zone. Edquist to the loose puck behind net. Poe looking for a pass up onto the wings. Now Gentler looking to help out. Adams has it for a second. Now Gentler with it. Gentler looking to weave his way through. He's got two near him, and he is not afraid to take on the two of them. Now Thornton sending it into the zone. A stick in there and a little bit of a tap from Williams. And Williams tenacious on the forecheck. And laying a nice little check as well. Wranglers are buzzing, and they are all over the Shreveport Mudbugs inside their own zone. Thornton wins it. Williams shot just wide. Well, there's also a loose glove inside of the net as well. Now Williams shot kept out. Williams is feeling very confident. Shot. Scores! Lupo lights the loop. It is coming up all sevens here tonight for the Amarillo Wranglers, as they are having a jackpot of a game, and Mason Lupo with a beautiful goal. And that is the reason you have a tenacious forecheck, folks. Carter Williams and Jake Thornton able to help out with an assist to both of their names on a great forecheck of a goal there. The Mudbugs have been pinned in their own zone for quite some time. Well, the Amarillo Wranglers bench is in a joyous mood here tonight. And they had something to prove coming into this weekend. They said, you know, we're on a 5-game losing streak, but that's not us. We're better than this, and we are going to show everybody that we are better than this. And you can talk the talk, but you gotta walk the walk, and they are currently walking around the Budweiser bullpen, the owners of it, with 3 goals to their name right now. Well, we're back underway, and Miller into the zone, looks for a shot, gobbled up by Phillips. Oh, we got an immediate timeout here, so we'll be back in just a moment. Well, don't know if we're back from the immediate timeout just quite yet, so we'll wait a second here. Well, we are back from the immediate timeout here as Wilson and his linesman signal for everyone to get back out here, and let's get this one back underway as we got a face-off inside of the Shreveport Mudbugs zone here now. Well, it is a multi-point night for Carter Williams now. A goal and an assist for the number 17. Pusteri scooping up the loose puck in his own zone. Wranglers still looking to suffocate on the forecheck here. Puck around the boards. Kicked on a skate, now scooped up. Hedquist fumbles it. Raskin to the rescue. Out of reach for Raskin. Raskin trying to get a piece of it. Does just that, but the Mudbugs coming away with the puck here now. Puck into the corner. Out of reach for Hoagland. Hedquist to it. Ogle. And this is not great, but skied high. And it is on the side of Gerard's net as he's going to gobble it up and hang on to it here now with 9:10 left in the second period. It's going to be Koval, O'Rourke, Resega, Izadi, and Haggerty out on the ice now for the Wranglers. And this is the line we were talking about that has been all over the place. They have a lot of speed on this line here between Izadi and Daniel Resega. And you can never count out Caden Haggerty. Here he is all alone. Up ice. Looks for a pass down low. Puck's hanging there. Phillips gobbles it up. Well, that is what has been giving this Wrangler side success all night long here. You see what Caden Haggerty is doing there. I mean, the Mudbugs have to worry about the speed coming out of Resega and Izadi, so they're cheating Caden Haggerty up near that blue line. And the Mudbugs, they've got to know that this has been going on all night long, and if they don't do anything about it, as they're currently down 3-1, the floodgates could open at any point. And I mean, we're talking Hoover Dam level floodgates getting opened. Smith losing the puck. And this one now a 2-on-1. Poe with a great stick in, allowing the Wranglers time to recover. Sukalis in pursuit of Burnt. And this one tossed into the corner. Icing waved away. Poe to it. Feeds it into the corner. Smith getting a piece of it. Wranglers not out of the woods just quite yet. Well, Poe with it now. Has Sukalis. Sukalis chips it up ice. Dolan in a foot race with Burnt. And Dolan wins it back. Behind net, wraparound attempt denied. Well, the bench wanting a call. They felt like Dolan should have won them a power play opportunity, but they're not going to get one. And now here we go. We got a little bit of a dust up, obviously. Probably Wranglers just not very happy what happened to Dolan in the corner. Well, Samano having a conversation with one of the linesmen here. Well, Samano's going to go to the bench anyways as the Mudbugs go for a change. It's a change for the Wranglers as well, seeing Williams out there with Lupo, Ogle, Hedquist, and it looked like it was maybe Damakios for a second, but that's going to be Jake Fortin. Sometimes those 9s can look deceptive and look like 8s. Well, Williams with Tellaby across from him. 8:19 left in the second period. Wranglers are having quite the night tonight at the Budweiser bullpen. Adams shot this one sent wide. Reed keeps it in the zone. Stuffed at the blue line. Fortin got a stick in, but now Tellaby into the zone. Mudbugs sending it on back. Reed shot! It's loose! A huge save from Gerard! Does the splits! Well, he had a SportsCenter top 10 save last night. Why not have another one tonight? Mr. Charles Antoine Gerard, take a bow, my friend. I'll be Hoagland and Izadi on the face-off inside the Wranglers zone. Smith to it, Poe behind the net. And there goes Haggerty Onto the wings, icing waved away. Haggerty got a piece of it. Haggerty in pursuit of Reed. Rusega to the loose puck. Oh, and Azadi almost directing it into the back of the net. Well, we talked about it. Wranglers just having a field day right now, all offensively and in the other aspects of their game here tonight. And a big save yet again from Gerard. Reed scoops it up. Blocked in traffic. Rusega with it. And a bouncing puck sent into the air by Roberts. As Smith, well, Zadi's trying to go to the bench. It fell onto his stick, but he could not continue play as this one falls onto the side netting of Gerard's net. Puck from the point and a big block from Haggerty. Well, the Wranglers have been a block machine here tonight. Well, icing going to get called here now, but this has been quite an evening for his side, coming out of getting a 5-game losing streak snapped, and talked about it. There was this energy and this passion on the bus ride back from El Paso. The guys just, they don't want to hang their heads and say, oh, it is what it is. They really looked at themselves and they said, we got to hold ourselves accountable. We got to start a win streak. We got to make up for those lost points. And they're trying to show that. And another big save from Charles-Antoine Gerard. 6:55 left in the second period. And Charles-Antoine Gerard is certainly making a case for South Division First Star of the Week. I mean, you cannot be impressed by him this weekend. Stopping all 3 shots on the shutout last night, made multiple big-time saves, and another big, easily Sports Center top save. And there is another one, Charles-Antoine Gerard. But he's got a conversation for Tierna O'Rourke. He said, look, I can enjoy making these big saves all night long, but let's get out of our zone here right now and give me a little bit of a breather. Well, I will certainly say this. If Charles-Antoine Gerard is named First Division Star of the Week for the South, I will offer to make some poutine for the French-Canadian netminder of the Amarillo Wranglers. That is what I'm putting out into the universe right now. Easton shot and another save from Gerard. Well, it's enjoyable to watch save after save from Gerard, but I tell you, I think it's about darn time we get this puck out of the zone. And here we go. Suglis feeds it into the corner, skates past one. Easton sending it up and out. It's now Telby left it behind, but he's going to get some help. And Puseri spun around by Gentler. And Jacob Miller watching on, probably loving that one after what happened to him last night. Hedquist weaving his way through in the corner. Finds Gentler. Gentler into the zone, looks for a shot from distance. Phillips keeping it out with his paddle. And Lupo in there, wins it back, finds Williams. Ford shot just wide from Thornton. Oh me, oh my. Lupo back with it, shot. Oh, and he hit Thornton in the face, and Thornton having to shake this one off. Looks like he got him in the shoulder more than the face. Well, we saw quite a bit of friendly fire last night. Saw a couple players colliding. On Landon Poe, forcing his man wide. Smith looking to feed it up out of the corner as Lupo's back with it. Lupo feeling pressure, banks it off the glass. Foreign tying his man up. As Poe going to chip this one into the corner. Wranglers looking to go for a change. As Foreign still holding his chest in the shoulder area. Hopefully he is okay. As Haggerty scoops this one up in the neutral zone. And puck bouncing off the linesman. And a shot, top bar and out. Puck's going to stay in play here now. Reed, shot, capped out by Gerard. Azadi trying to feed it up and out. Now scooped up. Koval with a great pass over to Haggerty. Haggerty sending it into the zone. Rusega in a foot race. Rusega laying a nice little hit in the corner to Gerard. Now a scrum. Rusega winning it back. Oh, and Haggerty was looking for him, but he was scores! Ethan Ogle says, I don't care about about your H2O, pops the bottle, and a cannon of a goal. Well, we might as well call him Ethan H2O goal after that one here. An absolute ripper. Close. I thought this is like a thing that we do where it's always trying to go. Well, we talked about the floodgates starting to open. Well, the entire Hoover Dam has been absolutely torn asunder as the Amarillo Wranglers have just been laying it on heavy. Well, there's 4:20 left in the second period as the Wranglers now lead 4-1 over the Shreveport Mudbugs. Well, I have to ask head coach Michael Hill after the game, what was the conversation after the first period? Because this Wranglers side is just all over the Shreveport Mudbugs here tonight. Out of reach for Raskin. Hedquist scoops it up. Ogle to Hedquist. Block behind the net of Phillips. Raskin looking to win it back. Miller getting a piece of it. Adams behind his net. Well, Miller almost getting a piece of it, asking for a change on the bench. Smith feeds it over to Dolan. Jetler with it. A 2-on-1 for a second. Gerhard's got to bring it back. Bollinger shot just high there from Bollinger. And now Bollinger looking for Dolan. Dolan looking to keep it down low. Dolan, great effort there to stay with it. Well, he is pinned on the boards awkwardly as the Mudbugs able to scoop this one up. Roberts looking for a cross-ice feed. Mudbugs into the zone. Poe denying any space for his man. Easton feeding it on off. And Poe with a nice hit there, but it is still stuck at the blue line. And offsides go the Mudbugs. Actually, we're going to get a penalty here. Instead, Landon Poe, I mean, it did look like he charged in there at Mach 10 speed with a little bit of a shoulder hit. Well, they're going to call him for a slash, but looks like it could be one of those ones where you could call it really anything at the end of the day. Wranglers going on the penalty kill here now. This is the second time, now this will be the fourth time the Mudbugs go on a power play. Wranglers 3 of 3 on the PK. Can they make it 4 of 4? Well, we got a loose twig, and we got a whistle here now, and we got a penalty. It's on the Mudbugs. Well, this happened to them last night. They had a power play for like 8 or 9 seconds, and then they committed a sheepish, nonsensical penalty, and they killed their chances of having a nice 2-minute power play, and they do it here again. Well, if I'm head coach Jason Campbell of the Mudbugs, I would be furious that I've done this now back-to-back games where you have a 2-minute power play, and in an instant you just kill it off. Well, we got 4-on-4 hockey here now. 2:50 left in the second period. Wranglers up 4-1. Minute 51 of 4-on-4 hockey. Wranglers going to get 9 seconds of a power play. It ain't much, but it's better than nothing. Hedquist over. Azadi finds O'Rourke. O'Rourke from the point. Doesn't like what he sees. Hedquist looking for Resega at the top of the face-off circle. Wranglers just want to reset. Resega feeding it back to O'Rourke. Sent over to Edquist. To O'Rourke now as he looks to kickstart the Wranglers into the zone. O'Rourke slows it down, tosses it on over for Edquist. Edquist feeling pressure, finds Azadi. Azadi dumps it back for Edquist. Edquist to Resega, down low. Resega back to Azadi. Azadi top of the face-off circle. Wranglers not a whole lot of room to work with as it's fed over for Resega. Lays a nice hit. Resega still trying to keep this one in the zone as now the Mudbugs will get a free change here. Well, here we go. Daniel Resega just won another power play opportunity as Samano was not allowing Daniel Resega. Well, they're taking Resega too. I mean, I don't know what they're taking Resega for. I mean, he was just trying to go for a change. Must have been a retaliation out of Daniel Resega. Well, roughing the call on both of them. So, yep, Daniel Resega with a little bit of a retaliation as he'll see himself back off the ice and into the penalty box. Resega, not someone who usually takes a lot of penalties. We'll still go 4-on-4. Haggerty to it. Ogle looks for a shot. Blocked. And, wow, Phillips now finding it. Looks like it deflected off of Danlo Dolan. Well, it will be Miller and Hoagland on the faceoff here now. Excuse me, that will not be Hoagland. I mean, number 25, Tullaby. Mudbugs with it. 1:30 left in the second period. Reed from his own zone sends it back to Adams. Miller looking to pressure up high. Bollinger trying to get a piece of it. Adams skating through everybody as he's now tied up on the boards. Smith tying him up. Ogle with it now. 1:10 remaining in the second period. Out of reach for Miller. And in 5 seconds, the Wranglers will have a short 9-second power play. Bollinger with a nice hit. Well, Wranglers have 5 seconds of a power play, but they will not be able to find anything. They got to get this puck back first. Well, here's Miller with it now. Earhart out of the box. 5-on-5, 45 seconds left in the second. Miller with a great little fancy footwork move into the corner. Puck all the way through, kept in by O'Rourke. Looking for a shot. There's puck going. Kept out. Miller had a great look. Icing going to get called here now with 28 seconds left in the second period. And wow, Jacob Miller, if that one was just money onto his twig, that would have been in the back of the net for a 5th Wranglers goal here. .24 shots on that for the Wranglers, 20 for the Mudbugs. It'll be Azadi on the draw here. Azadi winning it, looking for Lupo down low. This one sent all the way back down to Gerard. Icing will get called here now as the Wranglers, with 19 seconds left in the second period, are going to get an offensive zone draw and an opportunity in the dying seconds of this period to make it a 5-1 game. I mean, obviously, you can't be too disappointed if you don't go into the locker room up 5-1 and you're still up 4-1. I mean, you take what you can get, and that is still a great get. Azadi sending it down low in the corner. Reed to it, 15 seconds left in the period. Selby feeding it on over. Gerard with a shot and a save up into the mesh netting from Gerard with 7.2 seconds left in the period. You wish you were there, Josh? Josh, I know. It is such a great one tonight. Josh, hopefully we can have you out next Friday and Saturday. This has been quite the game here tonight from the guys at home ice. Well, I'll tell you what, Josh, I'll tell them to bring this exact same kind of game next time you're at the Amarillo Civic Center. Well, time is going to expire on the second period, but we are not going to step away just quite yet. We might have a dust-up. Well, Ty Easton is coming in like a feral badger. He wants to go. Now Easton has his bucket ripped off. Gloves have been dropped. Easton wants it. Landon Poe is laughing. Easton wants a fight. They're telling him that he is not allowed to have a go with Landon Poe. And I mean, like, I'm sorry, Ty Easton, but Landon Poe has a solid 6 to 7 inches of height on you. You would probably not want that kind of fight. Landon Poe just laughing. Ty Easton still wants a piece of Landon Poe. Well, it looks like he's getting tossed. Maybe. We'll have to see if Ty Easton has his night come to a close. Well, the Wranglers telling the Mudbugs to wait to go to the locker room. Also potentially pointing at the scoreboard as well and saying, how about you worry about that instead of number 6, Landon Poe. Well, we're going to kick it off into an intermission here as we forgot about the scoreboard on the YouTube feed, but of course, kind of hard to remember that when the Wranglers are playing like this, lights out. And we'll have to see if in the third period, if the Amarillo Wranglers can concretely put the lights out and read the Shreveport Mudbugs a bedtime story on their way back home. Welcome on back, folks, as we are going to have a quick intermission period recap of that second period. And taking a look at the goals that period, well, it was a sea of white, blue, and red as the Amarillo Wranglers are starting to wash the crustacean nation of the Shreveport Mudbugs down the sewer drain with a 3-goal lead in period. Well, it was Carter Williams getting his first as a Wrangler, assisted by Landon Poe, who picked up his first assist of the season as well. A triple one. And then meanwhile, Mason Lupo with his second goal this season, assist by Jake Fortin, who getting on the score sheet with another assist here tonight. His second assist of the season. Carter Williams doubling up his points, getting another point as he was the secondary assist man on that one. So Fortin and Williams on a 2-point night here tonight. And speaking of some guys on 2-point nights, Daniel Resega and Caden Haggerty going deuces wild with 2 assists so far as they teed up Ethan H2O for a bottle poppin' beauty. Resega now hitting the 10 assist marker on the season here. Well, it is going to be a couple different penalties getting assessed to Ty Easton and Landon Poe. Well, Landon Poe was given a helmet removal 10, a roughing double minor. So something must have happened after the two teams skated off, because Landon Poe did not retaliate one iota when he was on the ice. So something tells me something went down near the locker room out of the sewer drain that the Amarillo Wranglers are trying to flush them down. Well, it looks like it's going to be Landon Poe, and it has been swapped. They had Ty Easton's number up there, so it'll be the Mudbugs instead, starting this period off on a power play opportunity. Burnt with it, looking to kickstart his side. Mudbugs, they have been blanked so far, both games, by this Amarillo Wranglers penalty kill unit. Well, taking a look at how far we have come from a couple of rough weeks. I mean, this has been the first time in quite some time for the Wranglers where they have scored more than 3 goals in a game. So the offensive spark is there. And like we said earlier, the boys have just been a little bit down on themselves, but they said we got to hold ourselves accountable and get things going here at a rapid pace. They said, we want to make playoffs. Top 4 make it in the South this year with the Colorado Grit not in the league. It's no longer 6. We've got work to do, and we got to start this week with the Shreveport Mudbugs. We still have it. It's just been a couple of rough few weeks. Every team's got its ebbs and flows, as I always like to say. So a big response from the guys sticking to their guns and saying that there's more that they can do. Davis. And now Samano sending it on over. Gerhard. Samano. Gerhard. A little bit of give and go here with Adams. And Adams fumbles it. Fortin trying to get after this loose puck here now. Smith at the blue line. Disrupting any kind of flow for the Mudbugs. Griner with it. Griner into the zone. Weaves his way past Smith. As now Tiernan O'Rourke going to rifle this one all the way back down to Phillips. 20 seconds until the penalty on Landon Poe has expired. As this one ends, should it end with the Amarillo Wranglers able to kill it off in these next 10 seconds, they will be 8 of 8 on the penalty kill. And with Tiernan O'Rourke rifling this one out of the zone, it is all but certain that the Wranglers will continue their 100% penalty kill rate this weekend. Haggerty with it. Tulby finding feed on over. As now This one sent all the way down ice. Hayden Hedquist, icing waved away as Hedquist was unable to beat his man to this one, but now the Wranglers the other way. Cross ice feed. Risega to Azadi. Zadi, face off circle behind net. Looking for a pass. He is suffocated on the boards as now Haggerty trying to get back with this one. Haggerty has it stolen away. And now Pusteri with it. Pusteri in the face off circle inside of his own zone. Feeds it over to Case. Case has options. Has Saricki. Forced into the corner, the number 5 and the number 5, Tiernan O'Rourke and Case in a battle. So now it's pitched down low. Now Miller with it. Miller and the Wranglers. They just have 16 minutes and 50 seconds to protect this lead, and sent just wide there by the Mudbugs. Miller scoops it up into the zone. Sends it off. Shot just wide there. And that was a great look there from Risega. Now Bollinger tossing this one down low onto the boards. Burnt with it. Burnt. Miller trying to win this puck back. Too much traffic on the wings. Raskin to loose puck. Takes a hard hit. And sends it up a little bit. And now Miller feeding it over to Bollinger. And offsides barely go the Wranglers. Well, that was a close one. One you got to break out the tape measure for. Well, it'll be Dan Lodell and Alphonse Chandler. Tyler Sukalis joined out there with Hayden Hedquist and Tiernan O'Rourke defensively. Mudbugs winning the face-off there as Vincent Dooley was on the draw for the Mudbugs. Puck behind net. Dooley looking for some support. Has Gerhard. Now Gerhard fanning on a shot. Gentler scooping up the puck. Banks it off the boards. Mudbugs trying to stay with it. O'Rourke tying up his man. Gerhard, no room to operate. Now Gentler scooping it up. On a little bit of a change in lines here for head coach Michael Hill. See a couple of swips and swaps every which way as forwards getting a little bit of a new look to their lines. Ogle feeding it on over to Dillon. Tossed into the corner, Ogle to it. It's got some pressure arriving as it's now sent over to Lupo. Lupo sending it up to Fortin. Fortin putting it in the corner as icing's waved away. Wranglers getting a little bit of a change. Williams out there now. Williams trying to keep this puck down low. Griner and Jasser. The Mudbugs into the zone. Smith whacking away at it. Now Fortin leaves it off. Williams with it. Williams sending it to the zone. Icing waved away. Fortin shielding the puck, looking for some support as he will get some from Mason Lupo. Lupo has a goal here tonight. Well, Jasser on the wings takes a hard hit. Griner into the zone, feeding it off, and a shot sent wide there from Roberts. Azadi to it. Has Haggerty on the wings. Azadi bringing it in by himself. Was looking to dish it off to Haggerty, running out of real estate. Too many bodies in front. Selby sending it on back to Burnt. And a pass out of reach. Icing waved away. Is now a puck down low in the slot, steered aside by Hedquist. Hedquist back with it again. Looking for Risega. It's out of reach, but here goes Caden Haggerty, unable to get to it. Is this one scooped up on the paddle by Gerard. Hedquist sending it on over. Haggerty dumping it into the corner. Wranglers looking to go for this changer. 13:50 left in the third period. And now the Mudbugs sending this one around the boards. They want to get a change. They need a spark of their own if they want to way back into this one here. Damakievs has it stolen away, but Damakievs back with it. Finds Bollinger. Bollinger into the zone. Looking for a tough angled shot just wide there. And now Wranglers having to recover defensively. Out of reach for Earhart. Scoops it up in the corner. Has options. Samano! Shot. And that one high. And it looks like this one's going to stay up and out of play. Nobody could find the puck. We'll get a face-off inside of the Wranglers zone here now. Well, 2,468 fans in attendance here at the Budweiser Bullpen Amarillo Civic Center. Well, the Indiana Hoosiers currently leading over the Ohio State Buckeyes in the Big Ten Football Championship. That was just announced here. And a shot, big save there from Gerard. He's still recovering. A good stick in from Smith. And Mudbugs have this one behind the net. Now popped into the corner. Dolan with it. Has Sukalis. And it's going to ricochet off the back of Sukalis' skate. It's now Mudbugs looking for a quick entry here, but Dolan cutting this pass out. Jetler to it. And Mudbugs back with it. Earhart into the zone. O'Rourke feeling some pressure from Earhart. And a pass intended for Dillon out of reach, but icing waved away. And Dillon still in pursuit. Jedler and Dillon looking to keep this one in the zone. It's going to creep past Ogle. Gerard far out of his net. Oh, gosh. And that one right into the bench of the Wranglers. And Gerard getting a little bit of a tap there from Hayden Hedquist saying it's okay. Well, we've had quite a few friendly fire moments this series, and why not continue that trend, right? And Hayden Hedquist almost just went in the face-off circle. I would be intrigued to see what the defenseman could do on a face-off. Maybe some kind of voodoo magic that head coach Michael Hill's been working on behind the scenes. A shot and a great glove save there from Charles Antoine Gerard, flashing the lever. Well, I don't know if we'll see a save that is going to beat a save of the game moment other than Charles Antoine Gerard doing the splits. Well, that was a pretty beautiful save at that, though, so. Forden on the draw with Dooley across from him. And a shot, this one close. Kept out for now. And a big hit there from Lupo. Scooped up Adams. Looking to sneak his way through and kept out by Gerard. Gerard being interfered with a little bit. Fans not happy about that as Ogle's trying to get to the loose puck. Gerhard trying to send this one on the wings. Lupo turning on the afterburners. Adams getting to it first. Adams. Into the zone he goes. A good stick in from O'Rourke. Smith pinned up on the boards, but Tayazati to the rescue. Scoops up the puck. Out of reach for Versailles gets cut out as the Mudbugs chip this one behind the net of Gerard. O'Rourke to it. Wranglers looking for a little bit of a dump into the corner and a chase as Haggerty to the puck first. So it had Azati. A little bit too much chili sauce on that pass, out of reach. And now Haggerty, bouncing puck at the blue line, Case with it. 11:22 remaining in the third period. A shot and a punching block save from Gerard. And this one set behind the net of Gerard. Roberts to it, looks for a shot. This one sent wide. Case sending it down low bottom of the face-off circle, and Roberts was looking for a shot. This one whiffed on. Mudbugs is looking to reset up shop. Look for his zone entry here. It is lofted on Gerard, gloves it down, quickly hands it off to Hedquist. And this one going to bounce down ice, and it will not fizzle out, so we will get an icing call here on the Wranglers with 10:52 left in the third period. Wranglers still up 4-1 over the Shreveport Mudbugs. Let's take a look at some scores around the league, specifically in the South Division. Well, the New Mexico Ice Wolves have come storming back after being down 2-1 and currently lead 3-2 over the Lone Star Brahmas. Easton looking for a shot and another great glove save from Charles Antoine Gerard as we'll head into immediate timeout. We will be back in just a moment.
Just he drives me crazy. That is funny shit.
It is fucking. Not at all. He's just got his bag of phones. He's just waiting like this.
That was too little. I love it.
Oh, welcome on back from the media timeout here. And some overscores going on in the South Division. Oklahoma Warriors up 2-0 over the El Paso Rhinos. 3:27 left in the third period in that one. And nice catch there from head coach Michael Hill as that one went into the Wranglers bench. Miller and Sawicki. Puck tossed behind the net of Gerard. This one cut out Sawicki. Feeding it out over to Telby. And down low, a shot steered aside. A couple great sticks in there from the Wranglers as it's now fed cross ice for Bollinger. And a collision at the blue line on Pusteri without his stick. Now it's Easton with it. Looking for a pass out of reach. Damakaev scoops it up and blocked on a skate. Damakaev is looking for a feed over to Miller. Gerard out of his net. Leaves this one off for Ogle. A quick feed to Miller. This one left behind. Hoagland ripping this one into the zone. Delayed offsides, waved away. Goebel in the corner, sending it around. Opposite side onto the wings. It's now Phillips out of his net. Azadi looking to pressure Resega. Getting this puck on his stick, but looking for a little bit of help as that was an awkward bouncing puck. As Hedquist resets it to Hagerty. Hagerty into the zone, sending it around the boards. Resega looking to get to it first. Finds Azadi. Azadi ships it behind the net. Hagerty to it. He's got pressure from two. Azadi there to help out. Sends it back to Resega. Pitch down low. Puck hanging around in the crease. And Hedquist rifling this one into the corner. Reed with it. Finds Gerhard. Gerhard back to Reed. Mudbugs looking to pinch this one into the corner. Smith to it. Ogle was looking for Dillon on the wings and out of reach. So icing will get called here now on the Wranglers. 8:48 left in the third period. Wranglers up 4-1 over the Shreveport Mudbugs. 24 shots on net for the Wranglers. 25 shots on net for the Shreveport Mudbugs. Well, one thing that head coach Michael Hill and assistant coach Lucas Stern are always preaching is a full 60-minute game out of their side. And a shot, and they will score. Grayson Gerhard going to net a second goal of the evening for the Shreveport Mudbugs. And that is one of those ones, a broken down face-off. You don't get the win on it. As Grayson Gerhard and the Shreveport Mudbugs able to capitalize on that one. Well, we're back underway here, and this one gets a little bit more interesting now with 8:44 left in the third period. If time had started to dwindle and the Mudbugs did not find a second goal here tonight, you would probably see an empty net kind of at around maybe a potential 4-minute, 5-minute marker. Well, now how this one plays out for the rest of the period is going to be a little different. This one wide. Now Mudbugs up ice with options. A 3-on-2 grinder into the zone, and offsides go the Mudbugs. Well, just kind of one of those goals that got to shake off and just go on from there. Well, one of the most important things going forward here now with 8:20 left in the third period is going to be discipline for the Amarillo Wranglers. The last thing you need to do after having a 3-goal lead drop down to a 2-goal lead is give the Shreveport Mudbugs any kind of advantage. Easton sending it into the zone. Hedquist banks it off the boards. Lupa whacking away at it, trying to win this one back. And a shot, this one bouncing, and it is now held on to by Gerard. Thought about dropping it off for Hedquist, but a couple Mudbugs in the vicinity as he elects against it. Well, looking at other scores around the league here. Corpus Christi Ice Rays with a 3-0 win over the Odessa Jackalopes. And Ogle tying his man up. No one really able to get to this puck just quite yet. And this one chipped into the corner. Hedquist to it. Miller finding Raskin, but Raskin denied at the blue line. Puck fed back into the zone. Gerhard with it. Most recent goal scored by the Mudbugs, courtesy of him. He's also a former Wrangler at that as well. Simmons denied space to work with by O'Rourke. And a quick feed up onto the wings. Raskin with it. Sends it into the zone. Mudbugs with some speed and urgency. Talby has it pilfered away by Miller. Miller calling for a change. Wranglers want fresh legs with the remaining 7:15 of this one. And puck all the way down ice. Icing waved away. Not a whole lot of icing calls here tonight as Haggerty scoops it up. Finds Rasega down low. Header shot! Where is it? Oh, it is kept out. What a save by Phillips. He did not know where it was, but he had to sit on that puck. And that is a big time save for the Shreveport Mudbugs as they are trailing by 2. It's a 5th goal here tonight for the Amarillo Wranglers. Would have been disastrous and restored a 3-goal lead for the Mudbugs. Hedquist rifles it behind the net. Haggerty weaves his way, scores! Caden Haggerty! Heartbreak for the Mudbugs, served up by Haggerty as he deeks and dangles his way through and puts a 5th on the board for the Wranglers. Dude, that was a nice one. Oh my gosh. Ah. I don't think any of them are going to beat that bucket one. Well, Sweet Caroline echoing throughout the Budweiser bullpen Amarillo Civic Center as there's still some stars being thrown. So we'll Get those taken care of here and back underway. 6:56 left in the third period here. And this has been quite the game for the Amarillo Wranglers. You know, every team kind of has that one game throughout their season that really is a season-defining game. And for the Amarillo Wranglers, this might as well be it, because we have to see what they can do from here. Jasser looking for a pass down low into the slot. Mudbugs still with it. Some options, but it's cut out by Azadi. Chipped up for Resega. Resega into the zone. Over Haggerty. Oh, no, but offsides go the Wranglers. Well, and here's Caden Haggerty wanting all the heat right now from the Shreveport Mudbugs. Well, unfortunate offsides there. That could have been 6 up on the board for this Wranglers side. Well, that goal scored by Caden Haggerty, his third of the season. Daniel Resega with his third assist of the night, his 11th assist of the season, and Hayden Hedquist with his 6th assist of the season. Gentler winning the faceoff. O'Rourke with it. 6:35 left in this one here. O'Rourke out of reach. A couple bounces on this one. And we're going to get a high stick call here. .629 left in the third period. Frustration setting in on the Shreveport Mudbugs bench. Burnt with it. Feeding it on over to Case. Case has options. And Dolan getting a piece of this puck. It's jammed at the blue line, now in the neutral zone. Now Federer on the boards. Gerard out of his net. O'Rourke with it. Looking to feed it up over to Fortin. Sent back into the corner of the Wrangler zone. Koval with it. Well, with a 3-goal deficit here for the Mudbugs. And Ty Easton already was in a lot of trouble at the end of the second period. And they are telling him to go to the locker room. And you can tell that Ty Easton is not happy about how his side has played here tonight. And he has lost his cool. Well, Daniel Dolan's going to the box as well, so we'll have to see what we got. Well, maybe we'll see a double minor for Ty Easton. Oh, we lost the YouTube audio feed for a quick second here. It is back up. Well, we should be back on the YouTube